Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Boomy How-To. In this video series, I'm going to be going over how to set up a JWT authentication source using Okta as the IDP. There's going to be three parts to this video series. In part one, we're just going to go over the Okta configuration. To start us off, we're just going to navigate to Applications, and then we're going to create App Integration. We're basically just going to create an application in here that we're going to use to get the client secret and client ID for the JWT authentication later. But from here, we're going to select OpenID Connect because that's what JWT supports. And then we're going to select Web Application. From here, we're going to name our application. I'm going to name mine Boomy Demo JWT. And then we're going to select client credentials as the grant type. For the sign-in redirect URL or URI, you're going to set it as the gateway public URL that you have configured in your gateway. In my case, I'm just going to leave it as localhost since I'm going to be calling it from Postman. But for your case, especially if you're using it if you're going to be using Postman to make the call, you should probably set it as localhost as well as the gateway public URL. And then for the assignments, I'm just going to allow everyone in the organization to access it, but I'm going to also disable the Federation broker mode just so I can assign myself as a user for the application. This is totally dependent on what you or your organization want, but for this quick start guide, I'm just going to do it like this and just disable that. So from here, we can click Save, and our application is created. But we're going to want to take note of the client ID and the client secret for later use. It's going to be what we use to actually generate the or the access token, JWT token, for our actual API call. All right. But once we have those taken down or marked down, we're going to want to assign a user to the actual application. To do this, we're going to navigate to directory and people, and then select the user you want to add. This user should already be added since I'm not using the broker. But you might need to assign yourself to the application you just created if you're doing it a different way. To do that, you would just assign applications, and your application would appear here. But since I'm already assigned to the only application I've created, it's not going to be there. But once you have that assigned, that is basically all you need to do on the Okta side. In our next video, part 2, we're going to go over what we need to do in the Adamsphere side for the configuration. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.